This triple chocolate mousse cake has 3 kinds of chocolate, 3 distinct layers, and 3 times as indulgent as your usual mousse cake. You're going to love the lightest feather ombre mousse layers sitting on the fluffiest bed of chocolate cake that feels like a cloud. Let's begin. You will preheat your oven first to 160 degrees Celsius or 325 degrees Fahrenheit. We'll first bake the cake layer, and I'm going to follow a chiffon style chocolate sponge for this recipe because it just gives you a very cottony cloud like chocolate cake that forms the perfect base for your triple chocolate mousse cake. So I am going to separate one egg into yolk and white. I like to separate it while the egg is still cold because that helps me keep the yolk intact. And into the yolk I will add castor sugar and some edible vegetable oil that's neutral tasting. Now we need 100 grams of castor sugar in this recipe, but I have divided that, so 50 grams will go in the yolks and 50 grams when we are whipping the egg whites later on. Into this I have also added some full fat milk, and I'll give it a good whisk. The goal is to ensure that the sugar crystals dissolve really well. And then you'll also flavor it with a tiny bit of vanilla extract. Give it a good whisk so everything is well combined. Now I'll sift in my dry ingredients, so I'll add in some all-purpose flour or plain flour, some cocoa powder, and some baking powder, baking soda, and salt, and sift this in. Now you will give it a good whisk and combine the dry with the wet. But you also want to ensure that you're not overworking the cake batter at this point. Just mix until you don't see any dry bits. Then use your spatula, scrape down the sides and the bottom of the bowl and keep it aside. And now we'll start whipping our egg whites. We want to add a little bit of salt, and on the lowest speed setting of my electric beaters, I'll mix this first for 3 minutes. It will start to get really nice and foamy. You want to wake the egg whites up. You don't want to go in on a medium or high speed straight away. After 3 minutes, you'll increase the speed to medium and continue whipping for another 3 minutes, and during this time you'll add in some castor sugar, a spoonful at a time. So remember, in the beginning of the video I specified that we are using 100 grams of castor sugar, of which 50 went into the cake batter with the wet ingredients with the yolks, and the remaining 50 goes into this egg white mix. Once you've added all of the sugar a little at a time, you'll crank up the speed to high and mix it for a further 3 minutes for a total of 9 minutes. And at the end of 9 minutes you get these stiff peaks on your meringue. So if you invert your bowl and bring it back up, the peak still remains the same. That is perfect. Now I'll add a little bit first into the cake mix just to loosen up the batter. I'll add a little bit and just mix it roughly into the cake batter, and this will help loosen up the batter. So this is sort of a sacrificial meringue that we add in the beginning, and then when I add the rest of the meringue a little at a time, I'll fold it very gently until it incorporates into the cake batter really well. I love how light it is already starting to look, and this gives your chocolate cake a very cotton-like, soft and fluffy, feather-like texture. That is looking good. You do not want to overwork the batter. You just want to mix until the egg whites are well combined. I will now pour this cake batter into an 8-inch loose bottom cake tin that I've greased really well and lined the bottom with some parchment paper. And then I'll tap it against the work surface to release any air pockets, and this will bake in the oven at 160 degrees Celsius or 325 degrees Fahrenheit for about 18 minutes. A skewer or a knife inserted in the center will come out clean. While the cake is baking and cooling, we'll now start working on the triple chocolate mousse layers, and I am going to be making a simplified version of the mousse here because we have 3 different kinds to prepare. So I will start off first with some white chocolate which is chopped roughly and is at room temperature, and into that I will add some cream as well, and that is at room temperature also, and I will pop this in the microwave at 30-second bursts until it's well melted like this. It will be glossy and shiny. I'll then transfer this into another bowl to let it cool down at room temperature. You do not want to pop this in the refrigerator. We don't want it to set firm. We just want it to cool down to room temperature. Meanwhile, I'll also do the same for the milk chocolate and the dark chocolate. So in this bowl here, which is a microwave safe bowl, I have taken some milk chocolate and added some whipping cream which has at least 35% fat content as well, and I will pop this in the microwave also at 30-second bursts until it is well melted and glossy. I will keep that aside, and I will also repeat the same with the dark chocolate. You can also do these on a double boiler, but I just find that using a microwave is just much simpler and faster. Once you have prepared all three kinds of ganache, you are going to let them sit at room temperature. You do not want to pop this in the refrigerator because we don't want it to set firm. We'll keep this on the countertop, let it cool down completely to room temperature. Do not proceed until these have cooled down, because if you fold in the whipped cream while they're still warm, it will all melt and you won't get that light and airy quality that we want our mousse to have. So once these have cooled down, we'll start working on our whipping cream. You can see I've popped this bowl in the freezer. It has to be nice and cold, and into this I am going to add my chilled whipping cream, which is at least 35% fat, and I will mix this on a medium speed. You may be tempted to crank up the speed to high to whip the cream, but do not do that because it can go from whipped to over whipped very quickly, and you do not want it to be over whipped. Just keep it on medium speed and keep mixing it, and you'll start to see the cream leave trails like this, and that's when you know that your cream is nearly there. And you want it somewhere between stiff and soft peaks. You don't want it to be totally soft peaks, and you also don't want it to be fully stiff peaks. Now you will eyeball this and roughly divide this into 3 parts. You do not have to be exact, and that's the beauty of this mousse cake. But if you wish to be more accurate, we've used 600 grams of whipping cream, so you will divide about 200 grams of the whipped cream in each of the 3 different kinds of ganache that we've prepared. So I'll first make the dark chocolate mousse, then the milk, and then the white. So into this I'll add a little bit of the cream, and then I'll just mix it just to help loosen up the ganache slightly, and then I will swap this for my whisk and just give it a good whisk. Again, you do not want to over whisk it because that can over whip your cream. You don't want that. You just want to mix it very gently into the mousse and make it nice and light, and make sure that it's well integrated. And using a whisk after you folded it in like this just helps bring everything together. Just whisk it for about 4 to 5 seconds and you're good to go. You will pop this mousse into a piping bag and keep it refrigerated for when we need to assemble the mousse together. And I will repeat the same with my milk chocolate here, and I'll repeat the exact same process. I'll add a little bit first and just whisk it in to loosen it up, and then I'll add a little bit more, fold it in gently first, and then mix it again with the whisk so that everything is nice and smooth and well combined. That's the milk chocolate ganache ready, and I will pop that into the piping bag as well and keep it refrigerated until we need it to assemble the mousse cake. And I'll repeat the exact same process with the white chocolate as well. All 3 of these mousse layers are very feather light and they come together really well, and once assembled you get those 3 distinct layers sitting on a bed of fluffy chocolate sponge. So now that my mousse layers are all ready and in the piping bag and sitting in the refrigerator, let's work on assembling our triple chocolate mousse cake. My cake has now baked and cooled as well, so I am going to unmold it first because I do want to level the top off. So I'll take my cake leveler and I will level the top off to take the crust out, and you get this beautiful spongy chocolate chiffon like sponge. I will place the ring of the cake back on so that it goes back to being a loose bottom cake tin. And now I'll start assembling the mousse, starting with the dark chocolate layer of the mousse that we've prepared. And I'll use my offset spatula and just smooth it out so that it's nice and even before I pipe the milk chocolate mousse layer. You also want to just gently tap the cake tin against the work surface a couple of times before you add the next layer of the mousse, just in case if there are any empty spaces inside the layer, they get covered up. And after I have added the milk chocolate mousse layer, I'll also repeat the same process of using my offset spatula and making it nice and smooth and even. And then I will finally finish it off with the white chocolate mousse layer and repeat the exact same process. That is tapping the cake tin against the work surface and then leveling off the layer or smoothing it out with my offset spatula. And then this will go in the refrigerator for at least 4 to 5 hours, or preferably overnight. You just want all the layers to really set well. And now the next day, I will take my triple chocolate mousse cake out of the refrigerator and dust it with some cocoa powder. I will place a couple of spoonfuls of the cocoa powder into a sieve, and then I'll sift it on the surface. And then I will take a tall glass and gently but firmly unmold my triple chocolate mousse cake. You can also assemble this mousse cake using sheets of acetate. I will be doing that in a future video, but this was just so in case you don't have access to acetate sheets, you can do it using a loose bottom cake tin as well. And you can then also just run a palette knife along the bottom of the triple chocolate mousse cake to help gently release the base of the loose bottom cake tin, and then you slice into your glorious velvety feather light triple chocolate mousse cake that tastes absolutely incredible. You get the flavor of all the three different kinds of mousse that are light and feathery, and it is sitting on a bed of super spongy cloud like chocolate sponge. And if you like this video, you should definitely check out my decadent chocolate mousse cake recipe. I think you'll really love it.